At least one more U.S. agency believes the COVID-19 pandemic was triggered by a laboratory leak in China. The U.S. Energy Department, however, admits the assessment was made with low confidence. The department shares the same view as the FBI, but the White House maintains the intelligence community remains divided on the issue. The CIA is undecided, while 4 other U.S. agencies believe the virus came from an infected animal. The Energy Department oversees a network of national laboratories. China has called on those involved to stop stirring up claims about laboratory leaks and to stop politicizing the origin tracing issue. The lab leak theory first emerged at the start of the pandemic back in 2020. A year later, the WHO concluded that the premise was extremely unlikely after its investigators visited Wuhan, the epicenter of the pandemic. The UN Health Agency proposed a second probe, but was denied by Beijing. Scientists believe the pandemic began in a seafood market in Wuhan, but they have yet to identify any confirmed animal source for the virus. Well, negotiations on the first draft of a World Health Organization pandemic treaty set to open today in Geneva. The meeting of the Intergovernmental Negotiating Body, or INB, is taking place over the course of this week. Members of the UN Health Agency will be deliberating fair and equitable distribution of pandemic-related products. The WHO wants to be allocated at least 20% of the global supply of vaccines, tests and other similar tools. Ross Cullen joins us live from Paris with more. Ross, now that first draft of the pandemic treaty has been out some time now. When do you feel it's expected to be ratified and what does it hope to achieve?
Hi, Dawn. Hi, Jill. In December 2021, the World Health Organization's World Health Assembly did criticize and note what it described as the global community's failure to provide an equitable response to and dealing with the impact of the coronavirus pandemic. And those 2 aims then of this new pandemic accord are to ensure an equitable response to global public health threats and also to make the world safer from communicable diseases. Those discussions by World Health officials are taking place all week long, and we did also get the latest numbers as well, with more than 757 million cases now confirmed of people who've caught COVID-19 and more than 6.8 million deaths.
On the topic of that COVID-19 origin probe that we talked about just a moment ago, would the latest lab leak theory released by the U.S. agency influence WHO's ongoing investigations in any way?
Well, there have been a lot of contradictions since December 2019, since the World Health Organization did declare that the COVID-19 outbreak was indeed a pandemic, over problems about lack of access and transparency. We've heard China accusing the United States of politicizing the issue of investigating the true origin of the disease outbreak. Was it the markets in the central Chinese city of Wuhan? Was it a leak from a laboratory in the city of Wuhan? What seems to be accepted was that it did begin in that Chinese city before it spread around the world. The United States has seen differing opinions from differing agencies domestically. We've now had the latest from the United States Energy Department believing that it was a leak from a laboratory, perhaps the Virology Institute in Wuhan. And we did also get the FBI actually saying there was a mishap perhaps at a laboratory which caused the outbreak. So the World Health Organization will also be trying to get to the bottom of the issue. It said earlier this month that it would do everything possible to try to get an answer as to how the pandemic began.
Well, still many questions, but Ross, we do appreciate you updating us and reporting live from Paris.